Today I'll be talking about why engagement rings are expensive and why you should buy a moissanite ring instead. And if you don't know anything about moissanites, don't worry, I got you in this video. And at the end, I'll give you guys 3 tips on how to make sure you guys have the best proposal while saving a lot of money. First, I'll go into diamond rings, its history, costs and concerns, and then go into moissanites on what they are, how much they cost compared to diamonds, and go into our experience of ordering a moissanite ring and things to consider before proposing. And all I ask for in return is to give this video a like and subscribe for more personal finance videos. And make sure to share this with anyone who's looking to propose soon. Right now in society, it feels like you need to spend as much money as you can on an engagement ring, and you can't just cheap out or else.
Is your love even real?
But just know that that's how the media wants you to think like, so you unnecessarily spend thousands on your ring. But it's not your fault if you feel the pressure, because these are just all marketing tactics that the diamond industry uses. Like in the 1930s, during the Great Depression, diamond industry was struggling so bad because no one was buying diamond rings for obvious reasons. So in response, a diamond company called De Beers started a marketing campaign and convinced you that you need to spend 1 month of your salary on an engagement ring to prove that your love is real, and started saying a diamond is forever. I mean, a plastic is forever too. And if you heard about the rule of thumb that you need to spend 3 months of your salary for an engagement ring, this is exactly where it comes from. So it's literally a fake rule of thumb that they just came up with. But the worst thing is that this campaign was actually successful and increased diamond sales by 50% after the launch. And back then, it started off as 1 month of your salary, and it turned to 2 months in the late 1900s, and then grown to 3 months of your salary as a general rule of thumb. And the average price of an engagement ring is anywhere from $5,000 to $7,000, which means that if you have a median annual wage of $48,000, and then after taxes you get around $42,000, then in that case, 3 months is the same thing as $10,500. So the average person might not be spending 3 months of their salary, which you shouldn't, but they're still close to spending around 2 months of their salary on their engagement ring, which is pretty significant. And you might even experience the fear of judgment and disappointment from your partner and others, which is totally valid. And that just causes people to overspend on their engagement ring and just leads to financial strain in the relationship, because $5,000 to $7,000 is a big chunk of money, especially on a single item that isn't even considered an investment. And this is not even mentioning another tactic that the diamond industry uses, which is so evil but kind of smart that I can't even hate on it. And I'll call it the supreme tactic. Yes, the company that sells bricks for $30 each, and then people resell it on eBay for $800. So how does this relate back to the diamond industry? And the tactic that Supreme uses is that they actually limit the supply that they put out into the market, which is why they're able to control the price. So in that case, we assume that the diamonds cost so much because we falsely assume that diamonds are extremely rare. But diamonds were discovered all over South Africa in the 1800s that ended up actually flooding the market. And when you increase the supply on any products, it leads to less demand and lower prices. So Cecil Rhodes, the entrepreneur Englishman who founded De Beers, bought all of the diamond mines across South Africa, and as a new owner of almost all of the world's supply of diamonds, actually limited the supply and created an artificial scarcity of diamonds, which increased the price and demand for these rare stones. And just to put things into perspective, 90% of the world's production and distribution in the 1900s was owned by De Beers. But recently, diamonds demand actually fell because of alternative rings out there available now, that De Beers had to start cutting prices by more than 40%. And this is not to mention the numerous ethical concerns surrounding the diamond industry, including child labor, unsafe working conditions, environmental damage, and what's called the blood diamonds, where the proceeds of these diamonds are then used to buy weapons and fund war. But there are now alternatives to diamond engagement rings, and the 2 most popular options are lab-grown diamonds and moissanite gems. And I'll talk mostly about the moissanite gems since that's what we ended up buying, but just briefly, the lab-grown diamonds have the same chemical component as a natural diamond, where they're both made up of pure carbon. But lab-grown diamonds are created by an advanced technology to mimic the condition that natural diamonds go through underground. And both of their durability on the most scale are 10s, which is the highest you could get on the scale. But lab-grown diamonds have a much lower environmental impact, and they're far less expensive than natural diamonds. So on average, the retail price for 1 carat natural diamonds can be anywhere from $2,000 to $16,000, and anywhere from $8,000 to $72,000 for 2 carat diamonds. Meanwhile, for lab-grown diamonds, 1 carat ring costs anywhere from $432 to $1,200, depending on different factors like the cut, clarity, and color, which is really not that bad compared to the price of natural diamonds. And it's also good to mention that lab-grown diamonds are considered real diamonds if you are set on buying a diamond. And on the other hand, moissanites are a great option as it's considered the most affordable out of the three. And moissanites are not considered a diamond, but it is considered a gemstone that is often used as a diamond alternative because of its durability, affordability, and sparkling appearance. And when you compare a moissanite to a diamond, you can see that the biggest difference is that moissanites are made up of silicon carbide, while it also has a durability of 9.25 on the Mohs scale. And moissanites are mostly made up in the lab, similar to a lab diamond, so there's no big ethical or environmental concerns that come along with moissanites. And to be honest, it's really hard to tell the difference between a moissanite and a natural diamond. And here are 3 quick examples, and try to see if you could guess all of them correctly. Here's the first one, here's the second one, and then the third one. I'll give you guys a second just to see if you could get it all right. Let me know how you guys ended up doing. And I also wanted to share a price comparison between a moissanite and a natural diamond based on size. So this table is based on the same white gold setting, which means the ring itself. And the shape is round with the color grading of I to G, and clarity from VS2 to VS1. And I'll also add a photo where you could get an estimate on how big each of these carat sizes look on a typical hand. So half a carat ring size will cost around $1,000 for a moissanite, while a natural diamond will cost double at $2,000. 3/4 of a carat will cost around $1,100 for a moissanite and $1,200 for a natural diamond. Basically, both of them will increase by around $100. But once you get to 1 carat size, the difference starts to really show. And 1 carat moissanite ring will cost around $1,400, while a natural diamond will jump up to $5,100. And I would assume 1 carat ring size is the most common, as I mentioned that the average price of an engagement ring is around $5,000 to $7,000. And as you go up to 1.5 carat size rings, a moissanite will cost around $1,700, while a natural diamond will cost around $7,000. For a 2 carat size rings, a moissanite will cost $1,900, and the natural diamonds will cost around $11,000. A 2.5 carat size rings will cost $2,400 for a moissanite and around $12,000 for a natural diamond. Lastly, a 3 carat size ring will cost around $3,000 for a moissanite and $26,000 for a natural diamond. What a crazy spike. And you can see that there's a big jump when you round to whole number carat size, and it gets exponentially more and more expensive once you get to 2 and 3 carat size rings for natural diamonds. But for a 3 carat moissanite ring will cost you around $3,000, which won't even get you 1 carat natural diamond ring. So your dollar definitely stretches a lot more when you go with the moissanite ring. And again, you cannot tell the difference. And if you are curious, we ended up buying a 3 carat moissanite ring from True Gem. This is not sponsored, by the way. And as a reference, this type of ring for a natural diamond will cost around $65,000 at a jewelry store. And this site actually maxed out at 2.6 carat ring. But our moissanite ring ended up costing around $3,337 for the ring plus shipping. And the process was fairly simple once you know everything that you want in the ring. So I just emailed this person who was a design consultant, and I basically told them what we were looking for in terms of the stone, the setting, the shape, all of that, as well as the size of the band. And then they basically told me how long it will take, which is around 4 weeks. And then I ended up paying for it online, and then that was pretty much it. And as a tip, if you are buying around the holidays, I think they end up giving around the 10% promo, which is honestly pretty good. So we actually ended up saving an additional $300. Shout out to my wife who ended up fighting about the promo code. So not only are you able to save so much money on this, but you're also not having environmental and ethical concerns that come with the ring as well. So I highly recommend anyone looking to buy a ring to just check out the lab-grown diamonds and moissanites as an alternative, and then choose as a couple on what will be the best for you guys. And as for the 3 tips for anyone who's looking to propose in the next couple of months, I would say the first big thing and very basic is just to communicate. First with your partner to make sure you get a verbal yes from the other person before you go down on one knee, because the time and setting of the proposal itself should be the big surprise, but the engagement itself should not be the surprise. And on top of that, communicate with them on any expectations that they have on how the proposal should be done, whether they want it in public or private setting, or whether they want certain people at the engagement party afterwards and things like that. But communication also includes talking with their parents and close family members, basically letting them know / asking for their permission for the hand in marriage. And I know this is kind of basic, but it's also a courtesy gesture. And I mentioned this because this is something that I almost forgot because I was so focused on planning things. And the second thing is to try to get their family and close friends involved somehow into the proposal, and make sure you find a way to capture the moment with the photographer or have people record your reactions in hidden spots. Then the third tip is to be on the same page about the ring. Generally helpful if you're able to shop in person together months in advance, and just make sure you get the best size rings, settings, colors, and things like that, with a price tag that fits your budget. In that case, that would avoid unnecessary financial stress for both of you and make sure you guys get on the right foot together. And I'm excited to announce that I'm actually launching a one-on-one coaching sessions. So make sure you check that out in the link below. And if you are looking for ways to cut down on your spending to save for expensive purchases, like an engagement ring, in this video, I talk about the 5 things that I do to spend less so I could save more. So make sure you watch that video next and I'll see you guys there.